Good morning, everyone. It's Anne Sinclair from Digestive Detective. I hope everybody's had a fantastic weekend. Last day of the HSC today for us. So that's all very exciting for us. We cannot wait for it to be finished. So one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about today is accountability and support and what all that looks like together. So lots of studies have proven over and over again that one of the biggest ways to succeed with anything that you're doing is to have social support and accountability. And that's what this group is trying to do in this group is to give you that social support and the accountability, because I know when I see people in clinic, not only is it difficult for them to have to go through the process, but it's difficult for people to have to go through the process alone. So why do you need this support and accountability? Well, I think one of the things to remember is that we're pack animals, essentially. We're not supposed to do things by ourselves. So I find often that when people have had a condition or something that's been happening to them for a long time, that it makes it more difficult for them to be able to deal. Hi Pat, how you going? It makes it more difficult for them to be able to deal with things by themselves. So it's always great to have friends and family that are supporting you, because it helps you lighten the load. The other thing, it's also good for practitioners to work together with you, because I think that's really important, that then you're not taking the onus of finding out what's happening for you. It's really good to have some knowledge about what you're going on, but around your gut, I find one of the biggest things is that we are constantly bombarded by information. I mean, even I get it, and I think, God, how come I don't know that? And sometimes it's not always true. So it's good to be able to remove yourself from that and go, okay, well, I'm going to entrust somebody else to take care of that with me, but I'm going to keep an eye on it. So that's one of the things that I think is really important about having a support network. The other thing is coming from a place, for me, where I had long-term digestive issues. Quite honestly, my family were sick of hearing about it. And it takes away a bit of that, you're not having to constantly download on them all the time. You can actually go and be your best self with them, rather than always having to be moaning and groaning about what's happening to you. So I think that's one of the really good reasons too. The other thing is it takes away some of that constant stress that you have. It'll help you lighten the load. And I see this quite often in clinic. The people who do the best when they're working with their gut, one, they see other practitioners. They don't just see one person. They recognise that they might need to see a chiropractor or a visceral manipulation therapist or a hypnotherapist or a psychotherapist or a psychiatrist, even for some of my clients. So I think keep in mind that, it is worthwhile finding your actual social support network, and it stops you from sabotaging yourself, because when you have a network around you, you can go, oh my God, this happened to me on the weekend, and now we can help get you back on track. So that's one of the things that I would like to get to in this group, where people can help other people get each other back on track, because it's easy enough to do, and it's not the first day you go off track that's the problem, it's the next day, because our mind is very, very good at going, yeah, you don't need it. And then tomorrow you don't do the thing you're going to do. For the gym is the big one for me. If I go, I don't really want to go today, and then it'll be, okay, well, I'm not going to go tomorrow, then I'm not going to go the next day, it's been too long now, I can't go. So they're all good things to think about in the scheme of enlisting a support crew, and having accountability and things like that. So you can do this in your own community too. Enlisting friends that you have that can help you do things like around meal creation perhaps, or around making sure that you're meal planning or getting the right foods that you're meant to eat, because it's very hard when you're in charge of everything all the time, as well as controlling all the rest of your life, when you have whether it's children or a job or family that you have to look after. So all those things are really important. So I think it's good to have a support network. So tell me in the comments who's on your team. I know for me, my husband is generally, and I have a plethora of chiropractors and other practitioners that I see about stuff when I need to. And I think it's really good to have somebody who actually knows about what's happening with you over the long term, because the more we work together, the better we are at moving forward and getting better, essentially. So I hope that's been helpful for you today. Get a support crew, and if you can't find one, please come to the group and support each other and talk about things that you'd like support with, because I'm always happy to support people in their journey to good gut health. And it's not always just about what you eat. And I think that's a really important thing to understand. It's not just about what you eat. Getting whole, we're whole beings, and in that whole being business, it's our emotional, our spiritual and our mental, as well as our physical bodies that we need to fix. So I hope that's been helpful. Have a great week, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.